Almost 10 years ago, Washington State made a major change at the ballot box. They got rid of them.
Typically, we're in the top 6 to 10 states every election cycle for turnout.
Across the U.S., Colorado, Oregon, Washington State, and Hawaii all conduct all vote by mail elections, and several other states allow counties to conduct elections by mail. Officials in vote by mail states say the system boosts voter turnout, but there are still drawbacks to conducting a statewide election from your living room.
We do actually check every signature on every returning envelope for every ballot that's counted.
Ahead of Tuesday's Democratic primary in Washington, a new challenge. At least 19 people in the state have died of coronavirus, and concerns remain even though the vast majority of voters won't physically enter a polling location. Though voters are home, they're still sending in ballots to be counted.
When we were talking to public health officials, they mentioned that they didn't know how long the virus might live in someone's saliva when they've licked an envelope. We hadn't thought of that. So we've done kind of trying to make a little bit of trying to lighten the mood a little bit. Told people that whether or not you're sick, don't lick the envelope.
Instead, they've asked voters to use water or tape to seal their ballots.
We haven't really, I don't know of any studies that have looked at the threat of, a contagious disease. So I think we're in uncharted territory here a little bit.
Professor Matt Dickinson is a scholar on the U.S. presidency and teaches political science at Middlebury College in Vermont.
The closest variant of this has been sort of a hurricane that may have come in a few days before an election, and there was impact on turnout. But I can't think of a pandemic or a threatened pandemic like this.
As for turnout in Washington's presidential primary, it could be weeks before any impact is known.
If things come down to Washington and everybody's looking at us, we won't really have results potentially until Friday of election week. And if it's close, we may not have election results until certification, which is 10 days after the elections.